right, let's take notes for 9.2, and I'm going to split it into 2 videos. Okay, I'm going to do a few examples on the front, and then I'll do a video too with some examples on the back. The first one you're given, it's rational exponents is what we're talking about, okay? And it gives you a definition, okay? So when you have b to the pq, you can also rewrite it in a radical form, okay? Where you take the cube root of b to the p power, okay? You can also write it with your p on the outside. If you put parentheses around the whole thing, you can put your p power on the outside instead of underneath the radical sign. You can write it either way. Either way is correct, okay? So let's do a couple of examples in the first section. Rewrite each expression using rational fractional exponents. So we're given this form, and we need to convert it to this form, okay? So if you're given the square root of 8, there's an understood 2 here, okay? So your p is going to be 1. So your b is 8. Okay, your p is equal to 1, and your q is equal to 2. Okay? So now we're going to rewrite it like this. So you're going to have 8, and it's going to be p over q, so to the 1/2. So this is your answer, 8 to the 1/2. All right, let's look at the second one. You're going to have your b is equal to 5, your p is equal to 8, and your q is equal to 3. So to rewrite that, using this formula up here, b to the pq, you would get 5 and 8 over 3 to the 8/3 power. All right, let's look at the last one. So now it's given to you in this form, right? And we're still trying to get back to this form. So your b is equal to 3x, your p is equal to 3, and your q is equal to 4. So now you would rewrite it, and you would have 3x with parentheses around it. It's important that you put your b when there's multiple variables or multiple numbers, that you put parentheses around it so you know that includes the whole thing. And then it's going to be to the 3/4 power. So that's your answer. Okay, now we're going to do the opposite. So now they give it to you in this format, and you're going to write it in this format. So we would have your b would be 4, your p is going to be 1, and your q is going to be 5. So now if we were going to rewrite it like this, we would have, let's see, the q is 5, was going to go here. Your 4 goes underneath, and it's to the 1 power. Okay, so it would be 4 to the 1, which is actually the same thing as the 5th root to 4, because anything to the first power is itself. All right, now then, let's go ahead and just move down to number 6. Okay, so you've got your b is equal to the whole thing, everything in parentheses. So 5xy squared. Your p is going to be equal to 3, and your q is equal to 4. Okay, so now let's rewrite it in the radical form. And you're going to have your q goes up here to the 4. You're going to have your 5xy squared inside. And then on the outside, you're going to have your 3, which is p. Okay, so we just used this equation right here, and we plugged the values in. And that's your answer. Okay, so now let's do a couple of examples from this last section. Evaluate each expression. So 4 to the 3/2, you're going to convert that into a radical and then simplify. So if we were to rewrite it using the formula, we would get 4, and it's going to be to the 3rd power. Okay, because there's a 2, which is right here, and there's an understood 1, which is right here. So it's the same thing. Okay. So now then you simplify your 4, this becomes 2 and 2, and you have a group of 2's. So you end up getting 2 cubed. Okay, because this comes out front, your radical sign goes away. One group of 2's is 2, and now you're going to cube it. So 2 times 2 times 2 gives you 8. So your answer is 8. All right, so let's look at the next one because it's a negative. So 9 to the negative 1/2. Anytime there's a negative exponent, it's 1 over that number. So 1 to the 1 over 9 to the positive 1/2. It becomes positive, but you move it to the bottom. It becomes a fraction. Okay? So now you rewrite this using radical form, and you're going to get 1 over the square root of 9. And what is the square root of 9? 3. So you get 1/3. So that's your answer. And if you need to do the 3 and the 3 and pair it up, you can. Okay, so let's do 10. So 32 to the negative 3/5 is going to be 1 over 32 to the 3/5. Now you're going to rewrite it in radical form, and you're going to get to the 5th. Okay, your Q is 5, and your B is 32, and your P is 3. Okay, so now do your 32, and you're going to get 8 and 4. You're going to get 4 and 2, and you're going to get 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. So you need a group of 5, which is the whole thing. Okay, so all of these, there's 5 of them, and they come into one group. So basically the 5th root of 32 is 2. Okay, so you're going to rewrite it, and you're going to put 1 over 2 to the 3rd power. And 3 times 3 times 3, we already set up here, 2 to the 3rd power was 8. So you're going to get 1 over 8. So that's your answer. Okay, so that's the first part of the notes, okay? It's basically just using, all we're doing is practicing using these formulas and converting them back and forth. Okay? All right, I'm going to do the second video for the back page.